And it should be live, Rachel. You should be seeing it too.
Let me refresh. Got it.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Are you hearing me? I'm coming through, but he's not. Let's see. So we just pulled up the stream on our end to make sure it was coming through, and it is. But we can hear our side, but not yours. I'm trying to think of why that would be the case. It's got to be a setting, I would think, in his computer where the microphone's turned off, but I'm not sure where to go to turn it on. Not sure. Just wondering if there's a setting somewhere inside of the computer where the microphone might be turned off. I'm trying to think of how we can turn that on. Can you get my other phone? It should be left side under the paper there. Yeah. Thanks. So that way I can call him. We can at least talk.
Yeah. That's okay.
Good.
Check.
Did you check in the bottom right corner?
Would it be down there?
His volume, if he's muted.
Yeah, but he's hearing us.
Oh.
Here, come sit for 1 second.
What?
Come sit here for 1 second so I really see something.
What?
It's on there. I want to just grab his phone number so we can call him. He can at least hear us that way. So we can figure out. Hey, how are you? No, that's no problem. What kind of computer is it? A Dell. Okay, so if we go to the start menu on the left side and control panel, and if you search in the top right bar for sound, and on the right side it says search control panel, it should say. Okay, let me see if under control panel, It would be under. You should have a hardware and sound link. Oh, so it would be start menu. Do you have when you open up the little Windows symbol at the bottom left? Do you have a search bar there? It'd probably be under settings then. And nothing that says sound or anything like that? Let's see. When you pull up that little Windows symbol at the bottom, is there a search bar in there where it says search programs and files? Let's try searching there just for control panel. No. You still have it up, just in case. Okay. And then do you have an option for either hardware and sound or just sound? Is there an option for recording? And then is anything under there checked? And that's checked. That was, yeah, and see if we get anything. And it says it's enabled right now. Is there a drop-down menu that says use this device or anything like that? Yeah, and then if you hit properties, do you have a bar that says device usage under properties? Does it say device usage with a drop-down menu next to it? And that's what's checked, right? And that's what's on right now? Yeah. Still not hearing it in the video. Let's see. Okay, on the top of the Google Hangout there, the 6 icons that are at the top, none of those are lit up red, correct? Okay, but you have settings next to that? Yep, and then you should have, under the microphone, switch that to communications. That's what mine is listed as. Let's see if that makes a difference.
How's that? Seems like it makes a difference.
Yeah, all right. Hang up that. All right. Still hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
You might want to put it on just so we don't have a.
My earphones jack didn't work.
Oh, okay.
I broke it.
Are you able to hear me now?
We are. We can. Rachel's got able to hear it on her computer, so that was what I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. I'm looking. I have a little picture at the bottom right-hand screen where I can see myself, but
Correct.
the bottom part of this screen is it clear to you?
Yeah, everything looks clear.
Everything looks clear. I don't know, it looks strange to me. Okay, how am I centered enough for you, or you want me off center?
No, you're in a good spot there.
Yeah, I got this picture of the university's original building behind me there that I got for some award. I don't know.
The one over the top, over your top right shoulder. Yep.
Yeah. So I try to get set it up so you could see the intracoastal on the other side, but it's too bright. Would you want to? Okay.
All right. So I guess it's more of you might want to shut the door too, Rachel. More of just a conversation style instead of just questions and answers. So we'll start though with the first question, which was what led up to starting women's athletics at New Haven.
Well, I came to the university in 1969, and the gymnasium was not yet even built. They were working on it. I believe it opened in late 70. And the university was primarily a engineering college and a business school with some criminal justice. And those weren't professions that women were starting to embrace in the early 1970s yet. And the university, along with the president, Philip Kaplan, we got together and we said we needed to do things to attract more women students to the university. And certainly with Title IX in 1972 and then the interpretations in 74, we decided that we needed to hire someone full-time and develop some women's sports because other than tennis, there was no women's sports in the early 70s.
Okay. The decision to hire Debbie.
Well, if you're gonna develop sports, you need coaches, and we were fortunate that Debbie Chin, among the many applicants that we had, she, as a physical education major, had the ability to coach multiple sports, and we brought her in as our first full-time female employee in the athletic department, and she actually coached 4 sports at the time: volleyball, basketball, tennis, and softball.
Now, why those 4 sports in particular? Any reason?
Well, we had the facilities, we had the gym, and with the gym, we could certainly do volleyball and basketball. We had the tennis courts, and the only facility we didn't have was a softball field, and so we built one. We kind of dug it out way in the back where the football field currently is now, is where we played softball.
Oh, wow. And now you talked about part of the goal was to attract more women's female students to the university. What were some of the other goals with those programs in the early years?
Well, actually, Debbie Chin said to me before taking the job, she said, well, how far do you want this program to go, women's sports? And I answered with the full support of the administration, take it as far as you can take it, which meant, get it on the same level as the men's programs. We had outstanding baseball at that time. We had a pretty good soccer team. The basketball team was good, and we also had club football and hockey. So, we needed to bring the women's sports fast, up to those levels. And the administration gave the first full scholarships to the women athletes, and we had quite a excellent recruiting class those first couple of years.
Now, you're the 40-year team that we'll be naming at the Hall of Fame event, correct?
Pardon? Say that again?
You've seen the names of the individuals that are on that 40-year team?
Absolutely, yes, but I haven't memorized them.
Out to you, or any memories that they bring back?
Well, certainly, I was involved in women's soccer, and starting the program, which certainly wasn't 40 years ago, but Maria DeRose and Christine Huber are going to represent the women's soccer team, and I think Gina Palillo is going to be there. Paola, let's do this one over again, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so tell me some of the names.
Sure, let me just grab that. So as you mentioned, with women's soccer, the two that stand out are Maria and Christine Huber.
Yeah. We had excellent players on those teams, but those two players in particular will do very well representing those early soccer teams.
And some of the early individuals, you mentioned was the first recruit that Debbie had.
Gina Paolillo, certainly, and she played multiple sports for Debbie, but Cindy Smith and Clarice Holmes and Darnell Brady were some of the athletes that were recruited in those early years, and they brought the program up very quickly.
And then you mentioned, I believe you mentioned Debbie Kwasik, Kornitsky at the time.
I didn't mention her, and I don't know her.
If I can bring her up, she ran with the men's programs in those early years.
In cross country,
yes.
No, I don't have any memory of it.
Okay, I just wondered. To me, that was an interesting story when we read some of those articles where she practiced with the men's team and competed at their meets as an individual. That was a very impressive story.
I'm sure.
So you've seen the growth of the women's programs over the years and the addition of other sports. You mentioned women's soccer getting added a few years later, but now with lacrosse also in the mix and other sports. What are your thoughts on where the expansion has gone from what you originally envisioned?
Well, I mean, all of the women's sports have done very well. The basketball team has won an NCAA championship. The volleyball team has been to 13 Elite Eights, I believe. The soccer team has been to the NCAAs. That's been the softball, cross country, and track. I mean, those athletes compete at the highest levels. So the women's program, in many ways, has grown so fast and with such high quality that it surpassed the men's program in terms of tournament appearances and overall success.
So in what your goals were in those first few years, do you feel like it's really met those expectations?
Well, I think over 40 years' time and with the leadership of Debbie Chin, the women's program has certainly accomplished the goals and objectives which were set out at the beginning when Debbie was first hired in 1975. So yeah, fantastic results. And not only do you measure the quality of a program by results, but how they play and the level of sportsmanship. And I think the University of New Haven is recognized all over New England and throughout the country for the quality of its women's programs.
That was perfect. Those last few sound bites were fantastic. Anything else you'd want to add?
No, unless you have other questions. I mean, you're going to edit this thing, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to edit out and cut down certain pieces to fit in different areas of the video itself.
Yeah. I would like to say it's my great pleasure, and I will be there, with you on the 15th And it's my great pleasure to have played a role in this. It just happened to be, at the right place at the right time. And I want to thank the University of New Haven for supporting the efforts to bring the women's program up to where it is today. It's fantastic.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And I look forward to meeting you in person in a couple weeks.
Okay, likewise.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Take care now. You too.
Bye.